My name is Molefe Twala. I'm an artist, activist, creative entrepreneur, facilitator, and manager of the Arts Company Soweto. I work primarily with printmaking, but been working with a lot of sculpture, installations, and drawings. And today I'm actually exhibiting my prints and one installation.
My name is Thabo Motseki. Originally, I'm from Free State. Currently, I'm based in Soweto and running the Arts Company at Constitutional Hill. I'm a printmaker and specializing in lino cut techniques. But I'm an artist with all the mediums. It depends on my mood, which technique that I can work with, specifically looking at the sub-theme of the work that I'm working around.
My name is Abigail Khalees. I'm a multidisciplined artist, curator, fine arts honors graduate, and I'm the curator of this exhibition that is currently running at Desmond Joe, featuring two artists, Molefe Twala and Thabo Motseki.
The biggest theme, I guess, in my work has been healing. I'm hoping that people will find some way or some comfort in whatever challenges or traumas that they might be going through, and that they find some healing. Healing and peace. Yes.
My work is about identity. This is a main concept that I'm focusing on, and the identity is exploring where I come from and understanding what identity is and then interrogating it. And then under the identity, I have sub-themes such as Ditoro. I also have Amapupo. So it's almost the same thing but in different context. And then I use a thumbprint to express the identity. Like the current exhibition that is running right now, I'm using the technique to interpret the theme. So Ditoro, it's a technique on its own, but at the same time, it's a theme that I'm expressing a certain message.
The work primarily focuses on healing specifically, but healing for me. I think it has been a struggle for the past couple of years where I couldn't interact with some relatives, and I couldn't, I think, grow spiritually more specifically because I felt that because of some of the grudges that I hold and anger and some of these traumatic events that actually took place in my life, I couldn't move on. So the work follows that theme of actually relooking at the position with the relatives and finding some middle ground where we could find some peace in terms of healing and moving on from such experiences.
Ditoro, it's a sub-theme that is directed to my daughter. That the last time I saw, she was about 4 years old, and then that's the only vision that I have about her. So I don't know now how she looks like. I had a dream where I was shown how she looks like, but it feels like it was real, but it was a dream. And then I am not sure if she literally looked like that, because I still have that image in my mind when she was still a child. I still have also pictures of her, and probably it's my mind playing tricks with me, saying now as a teenager she looks like that. As you see the image that it's a triptych where I don't have any vision of her at all. It's like an abstract, and moving to another vision, there is a bit of light, using what I know in my mind, in my brain, and then to what I saw in the dream. So now I depict what I saw in the dream, the last piece. And then it's a portrait of her when she's still a teenager. And then there is a lines that came naturally because I use a liquid to interpret dreams, because I cannot literally draw dreams. And anything that you picked on the image, it's your own personal interpretation of the piece. You might also help me. What does that mean if you have a gift of interpreting dreams?
I think I can really relate to these two artists and the themes that they're trying to discuss. I think in terms of forgiveness, going through the kind of trauma that I had gone through as a child, you're never really going to get that apology for, I'm sorry for the things I've done, I'm sorry for the violence that you had experienced. But I think for my own healing, for my own well-being, I sort of had to forgive in order to move on. And in terms of loss in relation to Thabo's work, you know, my father had left my mom and I at a very young age, so my brother and I had experienced a lot of loss in terms of both people leaving, people passing away. So I think I could relate to both of these artists and the kind of themes that they were trying to discuss within this exhibition.
The work is still it's continuous. It's in study where I haven't reached or attained fully forgiveness and peace. It feels like just evidence of the journey. It's, the work that's hung here is evidence of me looking and searching for these answers and finding healing.
I think as the gallery, we really try and provide a platform for these artists to sort of communicate their message and reach different audiences. So obviously this exhibition relates to a lot of people, and I think that's something that we can appreciate. We want to be raw, we want to be vulnerable as a gallery, as well as supporting these artists who have these themes and these messages that they want to communicate. And I think something that was really important for us as the gallery and for this exhibition was to help people understand how difficult this medium is. That's why we provided the printing press and the lino for the audience to come in and sort of interact with. And they understood how difficult it is and how much labor goes into this process. So not only is it a very vulnerable process of expressing all of these themes, but it's also very labor intensive. And there's like blood, sweat and tears that literally go into every single work. And I think that's sometimes something that people don't really understand when you think of printmaking and different mediums in art.
The lines that you're seeing on the artworks, they come from subconscious space, you know, because they were inspired by me being in ICU, you know, and then trying to find the language in the physical form, saying I couldn't write and I couldn't draw, but I wanted a language to communicate that space, you know, because I feel like right now I'm in that space, not seeing her, and then I'm engaging with her spiritually, I'm engaging her subconsciously, you know, and I'm not even sure she's still alive or not. I'm not sure she's just a spirit or she's still in the physical form. Hence I'm saying my work is about the identity, and the identity is inspired by medical instruments like the thermometer, the heartbeat, syringe, any medical instrument that has numbers and lines and rhythm, and then are the ones that place me in that subconscious space, you know. So because normally if you look at the exhibition, the colors that I'm using is not normally color that I use for my work. I use color brown to represent the skin, you know, and then use a Ditoro technique to put you where I was subconsciously. You know, it's like inviting audience to be where I was and where I am at this present moment. So the moment you walk into the gallery, you are in that space. You know, you are no longer in your space, but you are in my space. I invited you. And then you stepping into the exhibition and looking at the artworks, your mind is in the subconscious. Now you're praying without even you realizing that you are praying. And I'm targeting at least 100 people to assist me to pray or to meditate, you know, to combine all of these energies to reach to my daughter. And then that energy, probably what I'm hoping it will do, it will protect her, it will give her a comfort, you know, it will help her to find me, you know, and then whatever that is really happening in her life, she can find peace and comfort through all of people who came into the space.
Color is very subjective. When people approach a work of color, they have their own thinking ideas about that color and assumptions. Black and white offers an opportunity to just present the idea. You know, it's unforgiving. It's just there. Some works does contain a little bit of color here and there, But however, I just wanted to make it as black and white. Forgiveness is not such a black and white thing. However, I just wanted to present the ideas in black and white. The work is it's abstract, abstract-based work, referencing African spirituality, more specifically the grass mat. So it's the abstraction of the grass mat because of some of the things that actually happened there. It's a continuation of a previous exhibition where I introduced the grass mat as a space and a place, and then a non-place as well, where it's between the metaphysical and the physical, and where people use that to actually connect with something beyond themselves, and where they find answers to things that are beyond themselves. So it's the continuation of that. You see the use of the grass mat and in the work, abstracted though, because I don't know, for example, where forgiveness sits, in the human psyche, but it's that thing that it sits somewhere, because we are troubled, and I'm more inclined to play around the chest area. But yeah, the work is simple like that in terms of black and white, with limited color, to emphasize the idea and where these things are actually happening.
So usually we work, as the gallery, work with our signed artists, but Thabo and Molefe are really close friends of myself and Denzel, and we line up the year in advance, so the kind of exhibitions we want to have in every intermittent phase, so every 2 months of the year. So we reached out to Thabo and Molefe and we asked them if they would be keen to do a double solo, and they really were. At first they were a little bit hesitant, but they came around and they were really excited to do this exhibition. And Thabo expressed to us the kinds of work that he wanted to show, the kinds of themes he wanted to discuss around his daughter and his loss and the traumatic experiences he had gone through as a child. And I think Molefe was searching for a kind of forgiveness that wasn't really there, sort of, reaching out for an apology and not getting one, but still forgiving regardless. And I think that's something that really touched myself and Denzel, and we realized that this would be a really important exhibition to have here at the gallery.
I think as a society we've been through a lot, and the systems and the places that we live in have not allowed us to relook at these things and move on from them. We literally just shut them down. We've been taught how to be strong people and carry all this load, and it doesn't necessarily help us to grow, whether physically or otherwise. So I hope people start their journey and find their way in terms of healing and peace. So as they walk away from this exhibition, I hope it starts that conversation within and maybe with others, that they could start and find their own peace.
So the exhibition is hosted at Denzel's Enjoy Gallery, which is based in Melville in 27 boxes. The exhibition had opened on the 23rd of February and will be closing on the 19th of March. But if you are interested in any of the works, we have a full catalogue, so you can reach out to the gallery via email, via social media. You can also check out our website. We'll post the catalogue there, and you're free to reach out to us if you're interested in purchasing any of the works.